Hey YouTube, this is Eddie, and today we're going to take a look at a watch I bought with my own money. No affiliates around here yet. This is the Marloe watch company Glenbeg White. Now I'm in the US, and the Glenbeg Blue, if you look at their website, is just kind of a blue version. It does have some upgraded things in it, but it also comes with alcohol because it's a collaboration with a distillery over there in Britain. And so in Scotland, I believe it is. So this one, the Glenbeg White, is available for worldwide shipping. I picked it up because I love the way it looked. It just looked so cool online. And I think the value that you're getting here, that's another thing here. I think the value that you're getting here is really good. So spoiler alert, I recommend this watch. This is one of my new favorites in the collection. I paid full price for this watch. I think I had a 10% coupon code maybe. And then they actually price matched to a lower price because the watch went on sale, I think, a week after I bought it. So that's another thing I want to talk about before I even open this is, look, I emailed these guys over at Marloe and I said, look, I know I just bought the watch a week ago for a price I was happy to pay, but it's cheaper now. You know, it's only been a week. Can you guys give me like a gift card or something? And they did. So now I have a gift card to use on my next Marloe watch, and there will be a next Marloe watch. So that's really cool. That they did that. Their owners are active on like the Facebook group of the Marloe watch company. It's a really intimate atmosphere, at least as far as I can tell. Of course, I'm across the pond, as they say. So, you know, I don't get quite, I don't get to visit HQ or anything. I'm not in that area, but this is, it's really cool. Really, really neat. And I'm excited for my next Marloe. But let's talk about this one, right? This is a Glenbeg White, like I said. If we take a look along the side here, it says Marloe Watch Company. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. The Scottish and English will have to tell me, what we're doing, what we're doing here. But this is a collaboration with a distillery. It's got my unique serial number printed on it, number 56. That's really cool. And I had a video in the past talk about watch packaging and if that matters or not. And you can take a look at that video if you so choose. And what I was saying there, what my opinion is that watch packaging matters a lot. If you get a really nice Seiko, but it comes in the same, generic Seiko box, it doesn't really feel very special, at least at that point. Maybe the watch is still really cool, but the unboxing, your first impression of the brand, if you can't go to the Marloe store, I think they have one factory store like at their main office. If you can't go there like me, well, this is your impression of the brand. This is your impression of what they put into their stuff. And if it's just in some flimsy box, it doesn't give you a lot of confidence first off, even if the product's good. The product can be awesome and be shipped in a paper bag, but I like good packaging. And these fellas over at Marloe have figured out good packaging. So that was already really good packaging. The cardboard box, I'm not going to show it because it has my address on it, but the cardboard box that this actually came in the mail has a bunch of information about their story and how they try to take their time making stuff and, really trying to go out there and forge their brand. When we open this, we've got a map of where that distillery actually is that they did this collaboration with. Again, really cool packaging. There's a digital book you can get to by scanning the QR code. Underneath here are any additional straps. I clearly did not buy any additional straps, but there's space for those. There's also right under here the watch. I've been wearing it for weeks now, but I put it back in for dramatic effect. But all the technical specifications and a graphic of the rotor is actually in here as well, which I really appreciate. This is a watch person's watch in my mind. And again, it's really affordable. I think on sale it was in the $350, $360 US range, and it's normally in the $400 or $500 range. And I think that's a really good, reasonable price for for the specs we have here. Might be too small to read on the screen, but it's your standard 316L stainless steel. It has an AR-coated sapphire crystal exhibition case back. We'll look at that. They call it a copper cask applique. We'll notice that they try to make it look like the cask ends at the distillery. We'll notice that when we peel this back. We've also got Superluminova C1 BL Swiss Superluminova. It's the first edition batch. I'm not sure if there's going to be another batch, but this was the first edition batch. And then it talks a little bit about the movement. I love this Miyota 9039. Love it. I've seen stuff and looked at stuff with a NH35, and that's sort of your standard micro brand movement, especially around this price. I prefer the 9039 because it's slimmer, a slimmer case. I like the power reserve on it, 42 hours, really, really nice. So anyway, let's look at this thing. And it's a looker. That's again, another really cool thing. You're still left in mystery. What does this watch look like? Then you peel it off. There it is. There's the watch. And then if I lift this up, then we've got our strap in here. Like I said, I've been wearing it for a while, so you can see that. But that's where the strap you buy, the included one, is. And then here is the watch itself. Again, just phenomenal packaging. And to me, it gives an impression of attention to detail before I've ever looked at the watch or picked the watch up. But now that I have, let's look at it. So we can see this looks a lot like the cask ends. If you'll look up a picture of a distillery or of this specific one, you'll see that this sort of looks like the ends of the cask that they're distilling in. We've got the Marloe brand up here. We do have, you can see I haven't used the watch in a couple days, so the time is not, not accurate and the watch is not moving. But we've got these really nice blue ends and blue second markers. I think that contrasts really well with the white, as well as we have this like gold or rose gold chapter ring around it. And I think that really helps the colors pop. I mean, it looks really, really fabulous. Let's get in a little closer here. We can see that chapter ring. It's really cool. So you can move this around, shake it around, but it is designed for hand winding as well. So I can turn the crown. If there was one negative I was gonna say about the watch, it's just that it doesn't have a screw down crown. I prefer a screw down crown, but this one, you just wind here like any other, winding watch, and you can see now the second hand is spinning. And I can pull that crown out once. There's no date, as we can see here on the dial, and it's not a ghost date movement. So you pull it out once to set the time, and that's it. That's the only function. There's no other complications. Then we press it in, and again, if we want to wind it, we can spin it, or of course, right, we can shake it. The watch felt pretty hefty when I picked it up for the first time, and even now it feels, I don't know, it's got some heft, right? It feels quality. However, it wears super light on the wrist, lighter than some of my other watches, and just really nice watch. It looks great. We have a branded M for the Marloe brand here, crown. Again, we've gone over the face and how I really like that. We've got our lugs here for the band. Another thing I'll say about the strap, maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just an overseas thing. Normally on any kind of strap, we can see here on my Vair, I'm usually about the third rung in. Sometimes the second one, sometimes the fourth one, usually about an average of the third rung in the bracelet. With this one, I'm all the way up at the very, very top hole in the band. And honestly, if I could go a little higher, maybe I would. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But otherwise, it's a very good quality strap, and I think it contrasts and goes really well with this watch. If we go over to the other side, there's a whole lot of nothing. But then if we go over here, it's probably hard to see in the camera. Maybe you can see it a little better. It says Headland of the Great Seas. And if you're really into the distillery collaboration, I've never been to this distillery. I do like distilleries in general, but you might not love that branding, that engraving. And I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And then on the back here, we've got 2014 to 2024 there across the top, commemorating a 10-year anniversary. We can see there's a chapter ring on the reverse side, which is really cool. And if we zoom in, if we get really close here, hopefully you can see it. But it does say a special collaboration between Marloe Watch Company, and I'll give it a go. The Ardnamurchan Distillery. You'll have to let me know in the comments how bad or good my pronunciation was. Distillery here. And again, I can see my serial number at the bottom, just like it said on the box, number 56 of 500 pieces. So it adds a real air of exclusivity, which I like. I know a lot of people don't love limited runs. I have no problem with them. I like them. The rotor looks really nice. But again, this case is really, really slim, and it wears really nice on the hand. We can see next to my Vair does have a quartz movement, so those are usually thinner watches. But you can see the Marloe right here, the Glenbeg White, is standing up to be just about as thin. This does wear thin. I really like the way that it wears. When it's on the wrist, it just seems like it's very You know, very wearable, very wearable. We can see it over top of my Veer here, but it's awesome. Even my wife put it on one evening and said, you know, it looked great, and she really liked how it wore. So it's a great, I think, unisex watch as well, especially if you have a smaller wrist, though, you're going to want a different strap. But this thing is awesome. I love this watch. I'm really digging Marloe as a company. It's cool to get the owner of a watch kind of active and responding to stuff. I'm really excited for my next one. They have a new grouping of watches coming out later this year, I guess, and I'm saving my gift card for one of those, but this is a really cool watch. I love that it's different. I love these original Marloe designs. If you'll look at the rest of their catalog, I mean, there's no other watch that I know of out there that looks quite like this watch, and the same is true for a lot of their other watches. That's just a personal philosophy thing. I don't want a Submariner, you know, your 10 millionth Submariner look-alike. I want something unique, and this is really unique. We got the little casken looking things with the gold or rose gold around it, the rose gold chapter ring. We've got the blue to contrast. It's a great piece, and quite frankly, since it has a white face, it goes with basically everything. Kind of like how this has a black face, the Veer, it goes with almost everything. This has a white face. You can wear it with pretty much anything, and it really, it's hard to get, but it really shines very well in the light. The only negatives, like I said, I wish I had a screw-down crown, and the lume, when we turn the lights out, is just okay. It's not horrible, it's not awesome, but I think, again, at the price point to get a Miyota 9039 movement, to have a bespoke design, to get a really cool box, of course, like we see here, and then just to get a quality piece. I mean, this is just a quality piece. I'm over the moon with my first Marloe watch here, really loving it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you own a Marloe? I haven't heard almost anything about this micro brand, and I don't know why more people aren't talking about them. This is really sweet. I'm excited for my next Marloe. You knew that was coming, right? When I was talking about, oh, I want my next Marloe before even opening the box, you knew I was pretty jazzed about it, right? So what do you think of Marloe as a brand? What do you think of this watch? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.